From the moment I stepped on the dance floor, somehow or other resonated with it. I loved it. I didn't understand what was going on most of the time, but it didn't really matter to me. I just thought it was really beautiful and gorgeous. It was an experience that feels like yesterday. It was so profound for me because I went to watch the class. When I went in, there were about 20 people dancing, and somehow or other, they were all dancing in sync together, and then boom, all together they landed on the floor. And I was just kind of like, I need to know how they knew how to do that. There was just such an incredible energy, everybody dancing together, and I felt happy for the first time in a long, long time. Nobody wants to make art that doesn't speak to anybody. They want to make art that people can relate to, and the more universal, then I think the more profound and the more long-lasting. But it goes beyond language, it goes beyond culture, it goes beyond all of those things and touches on that divine spark, I think, that is life. Kathak has become the classical dance of North India, coming from the word katha, which is a story. Kathak was brought into the courts of Vajir Ali Shah, particularly in the early 1800s, and he was a real patron of art. The music styles of Kathak incorporate Hindustani classical music, and all the dance forms from the south incorporate Carnatic music. They all have similar components in that we all dance in bare feet, we all wear some form of bells around our ankles. The ghungroos in Kathak actually make the body a musical instrument as well as an expressive physical instrument. Abhinay is the dramatic interpretation, which can be in the face, but also augmented by the body. It really is a means of portraying human condition. In the United States, when I was studying, I was completely protected by my guru. He kept saying, you know, you don't have any idea, I'm your protection. We would go out and dance under his banner. There was very little challenge. The main challenge at that point was me just trying to embody the art form. Going to India was a bit of a different situation. I was taken with curiosity, you know, and oh, isn't it sweet? Isn't she sweet? She's doing our dance from our culture. And personally inside, as quite a strong, independent woman, I took offense to that. In my immediate environment, there was no question. I was respected for what I was doing and everything. But when I got out into the performance realm in India as a soloist, they just thought it was going to be lousy, or they thought it was going to be, you know, fun to sort of see somebody tinkering with the art form. I really think how I overcome this is just by knowing in my heart of hearts I'm being as true to the art form and as true to myself as I can be at this point in time. Being outside the culture and spending all these years is that I feel absolutely grateful that I have had an insight into such a profound culture as the South Asian one, which is so varied. And I feel honestly that if we could all open ourselves culturally and let people in, that there wouldn't be so many problems in the world. I've realized that I absolutely, to this day, I love teaching. I find it really invigorating and challenging, and the people that come to me to study are amazing people, and so it's just a self-perpetuating joy fest, really. Indian classical dance, like any art, can be really inspiring. And I think it is In a funny sort of way, the fact that I'm non-South Asian can actually be inspiring. I can be like a role model for people. It's when I first started teaching back here in Toronto, that's when I realized like everybody that was coming to learn from me was South Asian. And I can remember saying to a group of young mums one day, I said, I feel really awkward giving your children their culture. And they said, you've got it all wrong, Joanna. Basically what you're doing is you're giving the message to our children that these art forms, and this art form in particular, is important enough and beautiful enough that you base your life around it and you're not even from this culture. You're a perfect role model. Art has always aimed to go beyond the confines of our bodies, but it's always to find the humanity within everyone. I was a really strong technical dancer, but now I'm in the later years of my dance and I don't mind saying it. I've been doing it for 43 years and different aspects of my dance have had to be honed in because I can't physically do them as I have in the past. Now I just want to touch people and make them cry, for happy or sad. That's all. I just want to touch people.